morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from Don Roddy Field in Bellevue, Nebraska, we bring you day number 2 of the NAIA National Baseball Tournament opening round Bellevue bracket. Four teams competing for the coveted spot for a journey to Lewiston, Idaho later this month to participate in the Avista NAIA World Series. Again, we say hello. Mick Krupski and Chris Williamson back with you as we get set for game number 1, the losers bracket elimination round. The two teams involved today in this noon start, the Doane University Tigers, who lost yesterday to Oklahoma City by a score of 5-1, and the Grandview University Vikings, who lost to Bellevue University 7-0. So the loser of this one will be done for the 23 season. The winner will advance to play tomorrow at 12 noon against the loser of today's second game between the host Bruins and the Oklahoma City University Stars. A much better day today to play baseball. Yesterday we had temperatures in the 50s. We had light drizzle throughout much of the day. Right now it's 67 degrees, a light breeze out of the northeast. A little bit of an overcast that's expected to burn off as the day goes on. Expected temperatures today to be in the mid to upper 70s. So a beautiful day for baseball, a top 10 day in the Omaha Bellevue area as we get ready for baseball. Chris, give us a quick recap of yesterday's action.
Well, yesterday was a lot of pitchers. You know, it was a pitching matchup. Day 1 in the national tournament, it's the way it should be. You know, you're seeing a lot of number 1 arms for each team. So the games more than likely are going to be low scoring. Bellevue was able to tack on a few late yesterday to put that one a little bit out of reach. But other than that, I think they went, at one point, they went 4 innings without a hit. It was 5-0 the entire game until the 8th inning when Bellevue scored 2 more. And then game 1, you know, that was a pitcher's matchup. You know, Eli Davis and Fisher for Doane, they were going head-to-head, pitch for pitch right after each other. And Doane had a few mistakes defensively, and Oklahoma City cashed in and was able to pull away. Today, I think, will be a little bit different. Today, I think, will be a lot more of an offensive day. I think there'll be a lot more runs scored today. I think just in this pitching matchup alone, I think there's more losses in this pitching matchup today than all 4 pitchers who started yesterday combined. So it should be an offensive day today, and it should be a lot of fun to watch.
The Doane University lineup being introduced right now, as we'll give you an opportunity to meet the teams for both Doane University out of Crete, Nebraska, and Grandview Vikings out of Des Moines, Iowa. So both of them about a little over a 2-hour journey from the Omaha Bellevue area as the 4-man umpiring crew heads to home plate to talk with the head coaches. Let's give you the starting lineups for today's contest. First of all, the visiting team, the Doane University Tigers. With the loss yesterday, Doane now 42-11 overall. They're the number 2 seeded team in this 4-team tournament. Here's the starting lineup for Coach Josh Oltman's squad. Leading off and playing left field will be Joe Osborne. Batting second and playing first base is Lucas White. Batting third, the right fielder, Nathan Mensick. The cleanup hitter for the Tigers is the second baseman, Luke LaChance. Batting fifth and playing third base will be Justin Nevels. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Narumi Okayasu. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Christian Yanez. Batting eighth and playing center field, Brett Meyer. And batting ninth, the catcher, Ben Grigsby. On the mound today for the Doane Tigers, Julian Vargas. Vargas with a 5-win, 2-loss record on the year, a 5.16 earned run average. Again, the Tigers lineup, Osborne, White, Mensick, LaChance, Nevels, Okayasu, Yanez, Meyer, and Grigsby. The home team today will be the Grandview University Vikings out of Des Moines, Iowa. With their loss yesterday, they are now 34-13 overall. Here is the starting lineup for head coach Doug Brinker's squad. Leading off and playing third base will be Carson Waddell. Batting second and playing second base, Camden Armstrong. Batting third and catching will be Brock Reinhardt. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Eric Brokemeyer. Batting fifth will be the left fielder, Nolan Drill. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Corey Prongi. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Brooke Heinen. Batting 8th and playing right field is Connor Kenny. And batting 9th, the shortstop, Dane Schwartz. On the mound today for the Vikings will be Logan Smith. Smith, a 4-win, 6-loss record on the year, a 5.95 earned run average. Time now to direct our attention to the flagpole out in center field as we get ready for our national anthem. Get the headset back on after our national anthem, and we're ready for baseball. Our friendly little spider that was wandering around the window pane yesterday is back again today. He must be a baseball fan. So
in the classroom and our local.
The Vikings are the home team today. They'll be in the third base dugout. They'll be wearing the red and black jerseys with white pants. The Tigers on the first base side, they're the visiting team today. Black and orange, their jersey colors, and they'll be wearing the gray pants as we are just about ready for baseball. On the mound for the Grandview Vikings is Logan Smith. Chris, tell us a little bit about the season for Logan Smith.
Yeah, like you said, he's got a 5-2 record, 5.95, 5.16 ERA. He's thrown 52 innings, given up 48 hits, 30 earned runs. He's given up 29 walks, 60 strikeouts. I was talking about the wrong pitcher. That's my fault. Yeah. So 4-6 ERA, 4-6 record, 5.95 ERA, 56 innings, 37 earned runs, 51 strikeouts, 2.74 ERA, and just over 8 strikeouts per 9 innings. I'm curious to see what his attack is here, what his plan is. Is he going to go right after these hitters, or is he going to pick and choose his spots? And what kind of attack this Doane lineup has? You know, are they going to be super aggressive? They were super aggressive yesterday. Which I think that's what they're going to do. They're not going to change how they play. They're not going to change how they attack the baseball and approach their at-bats. So I think for Logan, he's got to pick his spots. He's got to be a little bit cautious with what pitches he throws and what locations. I mean, Doane likes to swing and swing early. So if he's going to go backwards, he's going to throw a lot of breaking balls to start and come late with the fastball. So I'm curious to see what this matchup brings.
Let's take a quick look at the Vikings defense across the infield. Eric Brokemeyer is at first base. Camden Armstrong is at second. Dane Schwartz is the shortstop. And Carson Waddell is at third. Across the outfield, Nolan Drill is in left. Center fielder is Brooke Heinen and Connor Canny in right. Behind the plate is Brock Reinhardt, and on the mound, as Chris just discussed, right-hander Logan Smith. The first man he will face today is the Doane University Tiger lineup, left fielder Joe Osborne. Slightly overcast day, some filtered sunshine looking down on us as we get ready for pitch number one. Chopper up the middle. Schwartz fields it behind second base. His throw to first. Not in time. He gets past Brokemeyer all the way to the fence, backed up by the catcher. Good positioning. His throw to second base will be in time to retire Joe Osborne, trying to stretch it. So give Osborne credit for an infield single, but then 2-6 on the play at second base as he tried to stretch.
Yeah, I get the aggressiveness, but I don't like that first pitch, first play of the game. You know, keep the pressure on by just staying on first base.
Next up for the Tigers, first baseman Lucas White. White, the leading hitter on the year for the Tigers, 425 coming into the tournament. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Working against pitcher Logan Smith.
Yeah, he leads the team in home runs and in doubles. He's got 15 home runs and 20 doubles.
Had a home run type cut there, but fouls it back to the backstop. 2-1 now the count to the two-hole hitter, Lucas White. Smith looks in, breaking ball. 2-2 the count as he got that one past Lucas White. White, a first-team all-conference player. The Tigers part of the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Full count now as that one bounces to the plate. Payoff pitch upcoming. Nobody on, one out, top of the first inning. Again, the breaking ball. It's a swing and a miss. So 2 outs, first strikeout of the game for Logan Smith.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball, full count, outside corner, broke around. Pretty good pitch.
Next up for the Tigers, trying to keep the inning alive, is right fielder Nathan Mensick. Mensick, another one of the first-team players, also a Gold Glove honoree as part of the Great Plains Athletic Conference first team. Breaking ball over the outer half for a called strike one on the delivery from Logan Smith.
So far, Logan's throwing a lot of breaking balls. So, his approach is breaking balls early, fastball late. There's a fastball outside for ball one right there. So it looks like he's going to be pitching backwards a little bit, which is kind of an interesting plan with this Doane lineup who likes to swing early.
Smith looks in, now gets the signal he wants. That one's flared out of play right side. Count goes to 1-2. Logan Smith, the right-hand pitcher, he's a junior. 5'10", 195 out of Grimes, Iowa. Started his college career at South Dakota State University as part of the Summit Conference in the NCAA. Again, a little flare, almost the same spot out of play first base side. Heads up over there.
Yeah, 2 fastballs in a row. That one was in. Look for a slider out off the plate a little bit to possibly get a swing and miss.
Wind blowing out of the northeast today. That's from right to left at about 5 miles an hour. Maybe a little more than that right now. And just as Chris called, the slider off the plate. Mensick doesn't chase. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Thanks for joining us today on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. That one's hit in the air to left field. That's going to drop for a base hit and maybe extras as Mensick rounds first on his way to second. He'll have a stand-up double with 2 outs. Second hit of the inning for the Tigers.
And that's where that mistake for the leadoff hitter, trying to push it early, that more than likely takes a run off the board. He is probably scoring from first base, and that's on that double right there. So, that base running mistake takes a run off the board more than likely.
Here's the cleanup hitter for Doane, second baseman Luke LaChance. So Smith looks in, gets the signal. A little chopper foul at the plate. 0-1 the count. LaChance was 1 for 4 yesterday. The Tigers only had 4 hits. Strong pitching performance by the Oklahoma City's southpaw Eli Davis. Held them in check. Off the outside edge, 1-1 the count. Josh Oltmans, the head coach for the Doane University Tigers in his 7th year at the helm of that program. The Tigers have been in the hunt for the GPAC championship in each of the last several years, winning it this year, also winning the conference tournament. Outside once again, 2-1 the count. That earned Josh Oltmans the Coach of the Year honoree as GPAC Coach of the Year. Smith comes set just above the belt, breaking ball. That one's hit hard to left field, but a nice sliding catch out there by left fielder Nolan Drill to retire the side. So the Tigers get a couple of hits, but no runs in the inning. No runs on 2 hits to be exact. No errors and one error. No errors. I'll get that right yet. and 1 man left on base. After a half, the Tigers nothing, and the Vikings coming to bat.
Yeah, so far, Doane is, first inning, they are swinging early. That's what they did all day yesterday in game 1. So their approach isn't going to change. So it'll be interesting how Grandview attacks these hitters, if they mix up their plan, pitching-wise. So it's a chess game right now, and they're just trying to fill each other out.
The Tigers take the field defensively for the first time today. Let's set their defense. Across the infield, Lucas White is at first. Second baseman is Luke LaChance. The shortstop is Narumi Okayasu, and the third baseman, Justin Nevels. In the outfield, Joe Osborne is in left field. Center fielder is Brett Meyer, and the right fielder is Nathan Mensick. Behind the plate is Ben Grigsby, and on the mound is southpaw Julian Vargas. Let's find out a little bit more about Vargas.
I know I kind of told you a little bit about him when I was supposed to be telling you about Logan, but so again, he's pitched 11 appearances, all of them are starts. He's 5-2 record, 5.16 ERA, 52 innings, giving up 48 hits, 30 earned runs, 60 strikeouts. Teams are hitting 240 off of him, and he's just over 10 strikeouts per 9. So far, just watching him warm up, he's your typical lefty out of the windup. More over the top, not any 3/4, anything like that. So he's more straight over the top. Fastball, slider, so far that I've seen. Looks like he throws pretty hard, decent, high 80s guy. So we'll see how he does against this Grandview lineup. Yesterday when they faced Shorey from Bellevue, Grandview swung early too. I mean, they didn't put, a lot of hard contact on the baseball, but, they were very aggressive. And I think Shorey had one hard hit ball off of him yesterday, and I think he still gave up, I think 7 or 8 hits, on the day. And to give Bellevue credit, their defense played outstanding yesterday to keep Shorey out of jams.
Here we go with the first at bat for the Grandview Vikings. Third baseman Carson Waddell will lead things off against southpaw Julian Vargas. First pitch away, ball 1. Grandview out of Des Moines, Iowa. About a 2.5-hour drive east of the Omaha Bellevue area. Now 2-0 the count.
Yeah, it looks like he might be staying away so far. First 2 pitches, fastballs outside. So let's see if he just stays away to these hitters.
The 2-0 pitch is hit down the right field side, tailing into foul territory and uncatchable. Good hustle out there by the right fielder Mensick, but unable to make the play. So 2-1 now the count. A little change in the Grandview lineup today. Dane Schwartz was the leadoff hitter yesterday, but Carson Waddell moves from the 9 spot to the 1 spot in the flip-flop between those two guys. 3-1 the count.
I wonder if that's something that they did all year. I'm sure, 1 and 9 guys, a lot of teams make a 9-hitter, a second leadoff hitter. So I'm pretty sure, that doesn't really change a whole lot with their lineup.
Waddell will draw the leadoff walk as the first man up reaches for the Vikings. Again, this is an elimination game. Whoever loses their 2023 season will come to an end. The winner stays alive to play tomorrow once again at 12 noon. Next up for the Vikings, second baseman Camden Armstrong. Armstrong, a .346 hitter on the season. Lead at first base by Waddell. Bunt shown. Foul up the third base line. So Grandview trying to play small ball early.
Yeah, Waddell on the year does have 15 stolen bases. He's 15-16. I see that, they're trying to get him over with the bunt, but let's see if they can't steal one here and then possibly bunt him the third.
Vargas comes set just above the belt. Again, Armstrong showing bunt. This time he'll bunt it again in foul territory. So 0 for 2 in his bunt attempts. Got to be a little frustrating for him. Let's see if they keep the bunt on a 2-strike situation. Series of signs.
That didn't look like a very good pitch to bunt. It looked like it was up and away, out of the zone. He went to go get it. More than likely, he probably should have pulled back to take a ball.
0-2 the count. Again, Vargas comes to a set position, working from the third base side of the pitcher's rubber. Tries to come in the back door with the breaking ball, but misses wide, 1-2. Hey, again, if you were with us yesterday, we always like to invite you to be part of our broadcast by sending along a text message. We'll give you that number once again after this pitch. We had a nice number of people texting in. Yesterday, in fact, we had over 1,200 people listening into our broadcast with the two games, so some good numbers listening in for those of you who can't be here in person. Thanks for watching. 1-2 the count after that show-me pickoff move. Hit in the air to right center field. Nathan Mensick, the right fielder, calling for it, and he'll catch it for the first out of the inning. Next up for the Vikings, the catcher, Brock Reinhardt. That text message number, once again, if you'd like to be part of our broadcast, 402-515-7654. Reinhardt had a couple of hits yesterday in the loss against Bellevue. 2 singles and a 2-for-4 day. Again, the runner at first, Carson Waddell, gets a lead. Breaking ball low.
You'll be curious to see, Waddell take off at some point in this at bat. Other than just the regular step-off move from Vargas, there's really not been a throw over, so you're not really sure what his move is with a leg lift.
On the outside, Black for the called strike one. 1-1 the count.
So, is Vargas going to be a read guy? Can he be a read guy? I know some lefties want to be read guys, but they're not. And so they're not very good when it comes to that. So is Vargas one of those guys? Does he have actually a really good move? So I'm curious to see what type of move he has, as there's ball two. So, again, that's part of the chess game, especially with a lefty on the mound. What kind of move, what kind of read can you get? Can we steal a base?
And he's varying his delivery to home plays, too. Sometimes, like on that last pitch, he'll go quickly. Other times, he'll hold. So, like you said, the guessing game between the pitcher and the base runner. Here's the 2-1 pitch, a big swing. But Reinhardt comes up empty. Now 2-2. Reinhardt with 27 runs batted in on the team. That ties him for third place in that category. On the inside corner, the called strike three.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. It froze him. Fastball right on the inside corner. I don't think he was obviously looking for something, probably breaking away, and just frozen. That was a fantastic pitch.
So with 2 outs now, first strikeout of the game for Julian Vargas. The next batter, the cleanup hitter, first baseman Eric Brokemeyer. Brokemeyer leads the team in hits, 60 on the season. Off the outside edge, ball 1. Brokemeyer hitless yesterday, however, in an 0-for-4 day. With 2 outs, let's see if head coach Doug Brinker may be a little bit more adventurous with his base runner at first, Carson Waddell. Vargas comes set, delivers home. Hit in the air to right field. Another chance for Nathan Mensick as he drifts towards the line. Now drifting a little further back and just at the edge of the warning track. He'll reach up and make the catch to retire Brokemeyer and the Vikings in the top of the first inning. No runs on no hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. 1 inning in the book. We're scoreless in this elimination round in the 2023 NAIA National Baseball Tournament opening round as part of the Bellevue bracket. All 10 different opening round brackets beginning yesterday. Chris, I think you said there was 4 number 1 seeds who were defeated.
Number 1 seeds that were upset. There's a lot of upsets yesterday around the country, which getting in a national tournament, And opening rounds, you never know what's going to happen. You know, that's what's awesome about this type of field. And getting here, I think there's, 211 NAIA teams, and 46 are in this tournament right now. And so a lot of the favorites have lost already, and it's good to see because there's a lot of parity in college baseball, and it's fun. You want to predict who you think is going to go to the World Series. You know, you want to predict who you think is going to win the national championship. But at the end of the day, you don't know. You know, not playing. You know, Bellevue, for example, hasn't played Grandview other than, you know, last night in multiple years, and they're not very far from each other.
Right.
You know, Bellevue hasn't played Doane. You know, they played them in a fall scrimmage, but they haven't played Doane. I think they played Doane last year. You know, Bellevue plays Oklahoma City every year, but so it's just, you never know what you're gonna get, and it's really fun to be a part of. You know, really fun to play in. So it's an exciting time.
Let's see what happens here in the top of the second inning for the Doane Tigers. Leading it off, the third baseman, Justin Nevels. Again, a breaking ball from pitcher Logan Smith. He starts off with a strike. Fastball just off the outside edge, 1-1 the count. Nevels had an RBI in yesterday's loss. 1 for 4 in total. Ahead in the count here, 2-1. Foul back to the net, making it 2-2. Nevels got the RBI in the first inning, tied at 1-1. It was 1-1 for a long time in the game before finally Oklahoma City University able to pull away to win it 5-2.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see another breaking ball right here. Again, that's 2 fastballs in a row. Change the eye level, change the vision.
Breaking ball gets the strikeout. Second strikeout of the game for Logan Smith. May have been a little bit up out of the zone, but Nevels couldn't hold up with the swing.
Yeah, I don't think that's where Logan wanted that pitch to be, but it worked out.
Next up for the Tigers, the shortstop, Narumi Okayasu. Narumi got the other RBI yesterday for the Tigers. That came in the 9th inning. First pitch swinging down the left field side, but played that way, perfectly located. Left fielder Nolan Drill records the out for the second out of the inning.
Number 22.
Next up, designated hitter Christian Yanez. Yanez also the DH yesterday. Took an 0 for 4, so he's chomping at the bit to try to make some good solid contact and get on base. Only 4 hits in yesterday's loss for this Tigers team that had been averaging over 8 runs per game. They were held to only 2 yesterday. First pitch upstairs from Logan Smith. Smith working from the first base side of the rubber. Breaking ball misses away. So Yanez ahead in the count, 2-0. Swing and a miss. Might have been a cut fastball there, a little movement away from the right-handed batter.
Yeah, that's something new that he hasn't shown yet.
Smith back to work. Fouled back by Yanez. 2-2 the count. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. We're in the top of the second inning. Still looking for our first score of the day. Up and in, little chin music there. Count goes full.
Fastball up. I would be looking for something, breaking ball, possibly down and away, get a swing and miss.
There it was, but Yanez goes with the pitch and hammers it into right field. The third base hit of the day for the Tigers. So he'll be the 2-out base runner as stepping to the plate, center fielder Brett Meyer.
That was a good pitch. It really was. It was a breaking ball. It was off the plate. He just put a better swing on it, and sometimes that's better offense beats better pitching. So that was just a very good at-bat.
Meyer was busy in the outfield yesterday on defense. First pitch at the top of the zone for a called strike one. Meyer was on base 2 of the 3 times he was up with a walk and a hit by pitch. Foul back to the net and back to the field to play. 0-2 the count as Logan Smith trying to finish off the Tigers in the second. Brett Meyer trying to keep things going. Up and away. Nice crowd on hand here once again today. Day number 2 of this opening round. Off the outside edge.
That's a good spot. That's a good pitch. Breaking ball outside. Try to get him to chase.
Smith comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's hit down the right field side, but foul. Count remains 2-2 as Yanez trots back to first base.
So far, everything's been away in this at bat. Right here, I wouldn't be surprised if we see, fastball on the inside corner to possibly lock him up and freeze him.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses low and away, so Yanez will be off with the pitch on the full count 2-out situation. Brokemeyer, the first baseman, will play behind him to cover some territory. So Yanez will get a running start with a big lead at first. And that's going to be a balk. Nope, he stepped off. I'm sorry. So a disengagement for Smith. The set. The runner goes, and a swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning, third strikeout of the game for Logan Smith. For the Tigers in the top of the second, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. Still scoreless after an inning and a half. The Vikings and the Tigers going at it to stay alive.
So far, in first 2 innings, Logan's been living away, fastball away, breaking ball away. He's shown coming in rarely. So I wonder if that's going to change the approach with Doane to probably get more onto the plate and think of hitting the baseball the other way.
Again, we want to remind you, if you'd like to be part of our broadcast, you can send along a text message to join Chris and me, 402-515-7654. Tell Critter hi. Doesn't say who it's from, but Critter will say hi back to whoever you are. Having a little difficulty hearing the broadcast, so we've tried to turn up the volume as much as we can here. Chris will play with the monitor for just a second while we get to one more here. Woohoo! Let's go, Doane! From Gilbert, Arizona, Jake King's family listening in. Glad you are with us today. So, Tiger fans and Viking fans, if you want to be part of our broadcast, let us know where you are, who you're rooting for, any players you want us to mention, any specific details about their career. All that kind of fun stuff that makes for good broadcasting. That's what we're all about, right? Here we go with the bottom of the second inning. For the Vikings, it'll be left fielder Nolan Drill. Drill's already made a couple of putouts on defense. Let's see what he can do with the bat here. His first plate appearance takes a called strike one. Julian Vargas on his second inning of work. A little bit low there, 1-1. Gets the signal from catcher Ben Grigsby. And delivers a changeup. Swing and a miss by Drill. Swung over the top of that. Strike three call. The fastball on the outer part of the plate. Second strikeout of the game for Julian Vargas.
Yeah.
Vargas averages low for a strikeout an inning.
Yeah, he wasn't looking for that. That was very good setup, by Vargas. From first pitch to the last pitch, he set him up very well.
Next up for the Vikings, the designated hitter, Corey Prongi. A little low, ball one. Prongi, a .248 hitter on the season, coming into the tournament. Nice cut there, but comes up empty, 1-1. Prongi was 0 for 4 yesterday. Chopped on the ground to short. Comes up to Okayasu, the shortstop, who makes the play across the diamond for the second out of the inning. Narumi Okayasu on the play. Only one error combined for the 4 teams in yesterday's opening day. So some sterling defense being shown by all the clubs involved in this Bellevue bracket. Next up for Grandview, the center fielder, Brooke Heinen. Strike one to Heinen. Heinen, the leading RBI guy for Grandview, but the base is empty here, so for him to hit an RBI, you need to go over the fence. 0-2.
Yeah, so far, Julian's still living away on the outside corner. So both pitchers are kind of having the same type of plan of attack right now.
Vargas shakes off the first signal, gets one he wants, misses off the outside edge, gets a nod of approval from catcher Ben Grigsby. Good location for the count.
Yeah, that was a setup fastball. Let's see if he goes breaking ball down and in to get a swing and miss.
On the outside edge, a called strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for both Julian Vargas and for Logan Smith. Each starting pitcher now with 3 Ks on the game as we're scoreless through 2 complete innings of play. The Tigers and Viking trying to stay alive in this Bellevue bracket of the 2023 NAIA baseball tournament.
Yeah, Vargas, that was a good pitch.
Josh Vaughn is the one who says hello to Critter. So
hey, Josh, how are you, man?
Former Bellevue baseball player, stalwart middle infielder for his career here. Wasn't Josh Player of the Year in the North Star one year?
Was he? I don't remember.
A couple of years ago, I think. I'm getting old. I don't remember too many details. So, but we still have fun at the old ballpark. Heading to the top of the 3rd inning, it'll be the 9-1-2 part of the Doane Tiger offense. Tigers with 3 hits already, but no runs to show for it. They've left 1 man on in each of the first 2 innings. As Logan Smith back to the mound for Grandview.
Yeah, let's see, second time around here for Doane, coming up to the top of the order. Are they going to change their approach? Everybody's seen him once, except for Grigsby. But there's been enough information that he should know, what Logan has been doing to the hitters so far. So the approach has changed for Doane right now, coming to the second at-bats for everybody.
Leading it off in the top of the 3rd, catcher Ben Grigsby. Last man in the order for the Tigers before they turn it around. As a team, the Tigers come into the tournament hitting .319. First pitch swinging, fouled up the third base side. Let's give a tip of the cap to the coaching staffs for Grandview University. Doug Brinker in his first year is the head coach for the Vikings. Appeal to first base, they say yes, he went around on the swing. Assistant coaches are Austin Marchant and Jim Hallman. Noah Gildevan is the graduate assistant coach, and Casey Prongi is the student assistant coach. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good pop on the fastball. Blew it by Grigsby. 4th strikeout of the game for Logan Smith.
Yeah, he went on attack mode right there. That was nothing but fastballs, and he just wanted Grigsby to see what he could do with them.
Second time through the order now for Doane. Here's left fielder Joe Osborne. Josh Altman's the head coach for Doane University in his 7th season. Coach Altman's staff includes Elliot Engel, Jaron Nakamoto, and Nick Gnapp. Strike 1 called. Bench coach is Braden Olson. So Logan Smith, a strike-throwing machine in this third inning, and this, as I say that, his first ball of the inning. 1-1 the count on Osborne. Had that infield single his first time up today, but then was thrown out when the throw got away from first. He tried to advance to second. A good play by the Viking catcher, Brock Reinhardt, to back up the play at first and then throw out Osborne at second. A little skew shot off the edge of the bat. Winds up in foul territory halfway to first base. On deck hitter Lucas White collects it. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. 1 out in the top of the third inning. And again, we apologize. Our score bubble is on the fritz. We cursed at it a lot yesterday off air, and that still didn't help. Three-two the count. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. We'll do it again.
Yeah, it looked like another cut fastball right there, and he just didn't get it off the plate enough. He's able to get a piece of it to stay alive.
The 3-2. And a hello in the stands there. Line drive just where the net ends. Doane fans on that side of the field alertly getting out of the way of that missile. And another 3-2 pitch. Swung and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts. In fact, 3 consecutive strikeouts from Logan Smith.
Lucas.
5 strikeouts on the game for the Vikings starting pitcher.
He's changing up his plan a little bit from when he started. He was a lot of breaking balls first inning. Now he's going a lot more to that cut fastball and even just straight forcing fastball so far to these 2 hitters.
Breaking ball misses away. How important is it to second time, third time through the order, you show something a little bit different?
Well, yeah, you always, especially as a starter, you don't want to throw everything you have in the first inning or first time through the lineup, because then that gives everybody that information of what that pitch does, how hard it is, what do you see coming out of the hand. You always want to save something for later on in the game.
That's hit in the air to left center field. That's going to drop for extra bases. Rounding first on his way to second is Lucas White. And a 2-out stand-up double by White. He's in scoring position for the Tigers.
Seeing right there, that looked like a changeup, which I don't think we've seen that yet, you know, out of Logan. Which to that hitter, and you can show one pitch to one hitter. That's not that big of a deal, you know. He's their best hitter, so I'm okay with him throwing a changeup to him if he's not going to throw it to anybody else, and save it for later on in the game.
So in each of the first 3 innings, the Tigers have had a man on base. This is similar to the first inning where they had a 2-out double from Nathan Mensick. Now it's Mensick at the plate to see if he can drive home Lucas White. Very important to get on the board early. Keep the pressure, put the pressure on the other team. Fastball called strike 1.
Especially in an elimination game.
Yes.
You know, that's why, honestly, that's why that base running mistake in the very first inning, very first hitter was an actually very big mistake.
Chopper to the left side. Nevels with the pick and the throw to first base. 5-3 on the play, and for the second time, a runner is stranded in scoring position. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. Or excuse me, that's Carson Waddell. Let's give credit to the correct team's third baseman, Carson Waddell, on that play to retire the side. Still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third inning. 0-0 between the Tigers and the Vikings.
Yeah, let's see if Julian Vargas stays with the same plan so far that he has in the first couple innings. You know, we saw Logan Smith mix it up that last inning a little bit, change it up. So let's see if Julian sticks with the same plan or if he starts to mix it up a little bit and change what he's doing. Again, that's part of the chess match with pitching, and especially in the opening round elimination game. You got to do whatever you can to win this game to keep your season alive. And you know that is pressure. That's as a pitcher, you want that, to be honest with you. You should want that anyway. As a competitor, you want to pitch in these type of games. And especially, you still have a chance to go to the World Series, for whoever wins this game. So this is a very, very, very important game. And the chess match between the two teams is a lot of fun to watch.
Ain't no tomorrow if you don't win today.
Yep.
I think Dizzy Dean said that way back in the day. Dizzy, one of my idols growing up. Dizzy Dean and Pee Wee Reese were the two announcers who did a lot of Major League Baseball for CBS back on Saturday afternoons. The only day of the week you'd be able to see baseball. Leading off the bottom of the third inning, right fielder Connor Canny sends that one out of play on the first pitch from Julian Vargas. Grandview still looking for their first hit of the day off Vargas. Fouled again, 0-2 the count. Only base runner for the Vikings so far, Carson Waddell led off with a walk, but 6 consecutive retired by Vargas and the Tigers since that. Bounce to the plate, blocked up by Grigsby, now 1-2 the count. Coming to you from Roddy Field in Bellevue, Nebraska, campus of Bellevue East High School. This field has been around for about 40 years or so. Off the outside edge, 2-2. That's where Grigsby set up, trying to get Candy to chase. He does not.
So far, this umpire has been very good, very consistent. Both pitchers have been hitting that exact spot numerous times throughout the game, and he hasn't given it to him one time.
Fouled at the plate to stay alive. Tim Art, the home plate umpire. Former student of mine back in the day. Good job, Tim. Brandon Dislagi, the umpire at first. John Thayer at second. And Mike Andrick at third. Just off the outside edge. Count goes full on Connor Canny leading off the bottom of the third inning.
Again, that's a spot you want as a pitcher. You want that as a pitcher. But this umpire has been very, very good back there and very consistent for both pitchers of not giving that spot.
Here's the payoff pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Center fielder going back, turning around, still going back, and now making the catch out there. Good job of getting back. Center fielder Brett Meyer makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Ball's carrying a little bit more today than it was yesterday, I feel like. So, he didn't hit that ball very well, and he was able to catch it probably a foot from the warning track.
400 to straightaway center field at Roddy Field. 325 down the lines. About 370, 380 to the power gaps. Finishing up the first time through the order, here's the shortstop, Dane Schwartz. Ball one on the first pitch from Julian Vargas. Flag hanging limply on the flagpole out at center field right now. There's a nice breaking ball in the zone, 1-1. Lefty-lefty matchup here.
Yeah, I think that's the first sweeping breaking ball we've seen out of Vargas so far today.
Vargas shakes off the first signal. Comes back with the pitch he wants and puts it in the strike zone now, 1-2. Top of the order, Carson Waddell awaits on deck. Another breaking ball, a little bit up on that one, 2-2 the count. Schwartz was the leadoff hitter yesterday in the loss to Bellevue. He was 1 for 4. But Coach Doug Brinker flips his 1 and 9 spot hitters today. Chop foul, past the first base coach down the right field side. Schwartz came into the tournament hitting .391. That's tops on the team. Stays alive with that foul.
See, this is part of the reason why you have your secondary leadoff hitter as a 9-hole. This is what he does. This is the type of approach that a leadoff hitter should have. Get on base, fight off pitches, make the pitcher throw that many more pitches at you.
Over 500 on-base percentage on the season, but not this time, as Vargas locates another fastball on the outside corner for the called strike 3.
Yeah, he spot up very well on that outside fastball. Again, they're not looking for that 3-2 after he fouled off 3 or 4 pitches right there. Was able to freeze him.
4th strikeout of the game for Julian Vargas. Back to the top of the order for the Vikings. Third baseman, Carson Waddell. Pitch upstairs, ball 1. Waddell led off with the walk, and then his next 8 teammates retired in order by Vargas and his teammates. Chopper to short. Okayasu handles it, and across the diamond to retire this side. Another 3 up, 3 down inning in the 3rd for the Vikings as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Still looking for the first score of the game in this contest between the Vikings and the Tigers. Let's give that text message to you one more time. I've heard from a couple of folks today, and we invite you to send in your messages as well. 402-515-7654 as you get the opportunity to watch the Bellevue crew dragging the infield dirt. Some of the reserve guys from the Bellevue squad getting a little extra exercise here this afternoon. A beautiful day in the Omaha Bellevue area. We started the game with a temperature of 67 degrees. Expected to get up to the mid to upper 70s today. That's just perfect baseball weather. Hey, we've got a couple in the queue here. Sorry, I was negligent there. Hi, Vargas is out here in Denver, Colorado, cheering for the Tigers. Say hi to my sister. She lives out there in Denver as well. Shout out to Lucas White, the all-time hits leader at Doane, all the way from Valencia, California. All right, good job by Lucas. Thanks, you guys, for joining us today on the Bruin Sports Network. Go Doane! Parents of Misael Cantu, designated hitter, listening in Texas. Misael came on for an appearance yesterday as well as a pinch hitter. So we're glad you guys are listening in the Lone Star State. Spent 4 years of college down there in San Antonio, Texas. Played baseball for St. Mary's University, which at the time was an NAIA school too, and occasionally Bellevue University would come down.
Yeah, we went to Texas a lot when I was playing here.
That's about a 16-hour drive between Omaha and San Antonio, but yeah, part of that southern trip.
Yep.
Now Bellevue usually goes to Florida for a 7 to 8 to 9 day adventure in early March.
Oh, we did that too.
Here we go at the top of the 4th inning. Cleanup hitter Luke LaChance will lead things off. Called strike 1 on the first pitch from Logan Smith. Foul. Hello again. Pinball in here amongst the bleachers there. Lady with a smile on her face after that one just came about 6 inches from hitting her. Everybody's okay, but you got to be alert if you're sitting in an area just outside the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on LaChance. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher for the strikeout. And these 2 pitchers continue to rack up the Ks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts now for Logan Smith. 4 strikeouts for Julian Vargas.
Yeah, they're both pitching extremely well. They're giving what their team needs right now out of them.
Breaking ball for a called strike 1 on the first pitch to third baseman Justin Nevels. Strikeout victim his first time up. Fastball up in the zone, swung on and missed. Again, as you mentioned, Chris, both these pitchers very effective, changing speeds, changing spots, changing deliveries.
Yeah, they're keeping each team, off balance. Logan Smith you're not really sure, he's not given a pattern right now. He broke out a cutter last inning that he hasn't shown yet.
That 0-2 pitch misses way wide.
So, and he's starting to pick up his velocity a little bit. It looked like the ball's coming out of his hand that much better, as we're getting later on into this game.
The 1-2, again, misses wide, 2-2 the count. The Tigers have collected 4 hits through the first 3 innings. They've had a couple of guys in scoring position, but haven't been able to string a couple of hits back to back. The wind and the pitch. That one's hit hard, but fouled down the left field side. One lonely little Grandview guy down there in catcher's gear, occupying the bullpen area.
Yeah, that was a fastball, and I'm curious if he's going to go breaking ball away or cutter away to get a swing and miss.
Nevels awaits, fouls it the other direction, right side.
I think he wanted that to be a cutter. It just didn't cut. Like, it got too much to the plate and didn't move the way he wanted it to. You know, his reaction wasn't very good.
When you get a chance, Chris, explain the difference between a cut fastball and a slider, if there really is much of one. Hit in the air to center field. Waiting out there for it, Brooke Heinen now comes in a couple of steps. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning.
So a slider's, think of a breaking ball. Slider is more of a, say, 3-7 movement. It's a lot sharper. It's slower than a fastball, obviously. It's got downward movement. A cutter, it's fastball velo, maybe 1 or 2 miles an hour off, and it just moves 2 to 3 inches glove side, whether you're a right-handed pitcher or a left-handed pitcher. We have a left-handed hitter up. If he throws a cut fastball, it's going to run into him, and it'll run away from the right-handed hitter.
Narumi Okayasu is the batter. He's ahead in the count now, 2-0. 1-1 the count. Okayasu flew out his first time up today. Down low, 2-1. The cut fastball, the pitch made famous by Mariano Rivera.
And he found it by mistake.
Yeah. All-time saves leader in Major League Baseball. That one's fouled back.
Yeah, he was throwing a bullpen and messing around with different grips, and he threw pitch and it cut. And his catcher was asked him to do it again, and he did, and that's how he got the cutter.
Hit in the air down the left field side. It's tailing into foul territory, giving chase as a left fielder, and he trips over the bullpen mound. Good hustle out there by left fielder Nolan Drill, but concentrating on the ball, didn't realize the ground underneath them was becoming elevated. As he walks back to his position, looks like he's going to be okay, maybe a little embarrassed, but that happens.
Yeah, when you're not thinking of a mound coming, you're you're running as hard as you can trying to catch a ball, and all of a sudden there's a mound in your way. You're more likely going to fall.
So 2-2 the count. 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th inning. That one up and away, so a full count on Narumi Okayasu. I pronounced Narumi's last name about 6 different ways yesterday, so I apologize for that. Okayasu, I believe, is the correct way. Chopped on the ground to first. Nice play moving towards the line by the first baseman, but the first baseman covering misses the bag.
Yeah, Logan just stepped right over the bag. He didn't get his timing right, and he just stepped right over it.
And Bill Mullins, the Bellevue Associate Sports Information guy, who's the official scorer, says E1 on the play. A nice play by Eric Brookmeyer, the first baseman, going to the line to make the grab. His feed was in time to Logan Smith. He just stepped over the base.
Again, I disagree with that call. That's a hit, in my opinion.
So Chris and Bill be having some fisticuffs after the game.
Nope, he's the official guy, but I can disagree with it.
All right, designated hitter Christian Yanez next up for the Tigers, as they've had a base runner on in each of the first 4 innings now.
And they've had him on with 2 outs, so I mean, they're not getting a whole lot of pressure on early in the inning to be able to create some pressure. Everything so far has been with 2 outs, and it takes a lot to get runs when nobody's on in 2 outs.
Top of the zone, the called strike. 1-1 the count on Yanez. Punched a single to right field his first time up today. Smith comes set. Throws over to first base to chase Okayasu back to the bag.
He's 1 of 2 on stolen bases, so I don't think you'll see him take off. If he does, it'll be a certain count.
And now we've got a visit to the mound. Catcher Brock Reinhardt turned around to home plate umpire Tim Arndt, talked to him for a bit, and then asked if he could go out to visit. And that's going to bring out head coach Doug Brinker and one of the members of the training staff as well. I don't know if Logan Smith hurt himself on that last throw to first base or not, but he looks like he's kind of stretching his leg there.
Yeah, he's lifting up his right leg. I wonder if he twisted it when he ran over to first base when he missed the bag, and then just throwing a couple other pitches, aggravated a little bit more. So that's the only thing I could possibly think of, because I mean when he threw over, he didn't do anything. It's just a turn and lob. So I think it was just there might be some uncomfortableness from when he ran over and covered first base.
Well, looks like he's going to be okay, at least well enough to continue in this top of the fourth inning. 1-1 the count on the batter, Christian Yanez. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball.
Yeah, he tried to get on the scoreboard with that swing right there.
The set, the look, and the pitch. Hello again. Got all these fans over here on the Doane side now ducking as there have been a couple of rockets hit over that direction in the last inning or two. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the top of the fourth inning of a scoreless game in this elimination bracket game. Blocked up, nice work there by the catcher, Brock Reinhardt. Took that one off the right shoulder, kept it in front of him. So Okayasu could not advance.
Honestly, if you're Okayasu in that position, take a chance right there. You see ball and dirt. If you get thrown out a second, it doesn't change anything. I would have taken a chance, read ball and dirt, and go.
Base hit, second hit of the day for Christian Yanez. So runners at first and second, and had risk reward on the previous pitch.
Now, you can't blame him for not going.
Right.
It doesn't change anything. But personally, I probably would have taken a chance there to get in scoring position, because if he is in scoring position, that's possibly another run. I'm not saying he did anything wrong by not going. They're still in the inning. He's still in scoring position now. So let's see if they can come up with another hit, another big hit right here.
Brett Meyer at the plate for the Tigers. Center fielder with an opportunity to get him on the board. A drag bunt, base hit on the third base tied. But again, another nice play by the third baseman, Carson Waddell, to come up, glove it, and throw it in time to retire Meyer. 5-3 on the play.
No runs.
In the fourth inning, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left. The Tigers have left at least 1 base runner in each of the first 4 innings. We're still scoreless. Vikings and Tigers going at it to stay alive.
I don't mind that play whatsoever. Third baseman looked like he was playing back behind the bag, and he bunted it just extremely too hard. If he bunts it 10 feet shorter, he's safe. So it was a really good play, really good idea. He just bunted it too hard.
So the inning comes to an end. Again, kind of a little frustrating first 4 innings for the Tigers. They've played well defensively, but their offense has gotten men on base.
And everything's been with 2 outs, though.
Yes,
They haven't had anything early in the inning with nobody out, 1 out, where they can manufacture a run. Everything so far has been with 2 outs where they have to get multiple hits in an inning or consecutively. And it's hard to score runs going that way, going that route, taking that approach. So they got to, early on in the inning, I think Doane needs to put a little bit more pressure and get guys on base early in the inning.
Couple of more text messages. Hey, here's a unique one. Go Coach Oltmans, the head coach for Doane University. His uncle is planting soybeans in Oak, Maine. M-E, that's Maine, right? Glad you're with us, working out in the fields. Watching from Rockwell City, Iowa, hoping to see our grandson pitch for the Vikings, and a baseball and muscle emoji as well. A couple more in the queue. We'll get to those in the next half inning as we're ready for the bottom of the fourth inning. Second baseman Camden Armstrong to lead it off for the Vikings. First pitch of the inning from Julian Vargas is low, ball 1. No runs on 5 hits for the Tigers. No runs on no hits for the Vikings. A little bit up, 2-0. Vargas coming into the game with a 5.16 earned run average, but he's held the Vikings in check thus far. Now 3-0.
Yeah, he's pitched very good in the first couple innings of this game, keeping them off balance, living away. He has good life on his fastball, but he's down 3-0 right here.
Walked the first man he faced and then retired the next 9 in a row until that pitch. And Camden Armstrong will earn the walk. So both Viking base runners in the game have reached by the walk. And the batter will be the catcher, Brock Reinhardt. We saw Grandview try to bunt in the first inning with their 2-hole hitter. Let's see what they do here in the 4th inning with Reinhardt, their 3-hole hitter. Lefty-lefty matchup. A little bit low, ball 1. No bunt showed there.
Now, Camden at first base is a 2-for-2 stolen base. So again, we'll see what kind of lead he gets. If he can get a bigger lead and possibly draw a throw.
That one's hit to right field. Bensick chasing. He won't get there in time, and one hops the wall in right field. On his way to second base with a stand-up double is Brock Reinhardt.
Double for Brock.
First hit of the afternoon for the Grandview Vikings. Armstrong advancing to third on the play.
First baseman, number 25.
See, now look at the difference between this inning so far and the innings that Doane has had, the previous 4 innings that Doane has had. They've had guys on base every inning, but so far it's been all with 2 outs. Here, guys on base, nobody out. This is a pressure situation right here for Vargas to see if he can get out of this either with nobody out or not allowing a run or limiting the damage to possibly just 1 run.
Courtesy runner in for the catcher is Cameron Rendoni. He'll be at second base. Armstrong at third, and Eric Brookmeyer, the cleanup hitter, with an opportunity to drive in some runs for the Vikings. Brookmeyer with 41 runs batted in on the year. That's second on the team. Open base at first. Doane playing 3 of the 4 infielders up a little bit. Okayasu, the shortstop, playing at regular depth, but the right side of the infield up on the infield grass.
Yeah,
2-0 the count.
That tells me they're going to pitch away. They're going to stay away. They want everything to be on the ground to the right side. If he happens to pull it, which is what he wants to try and do here, pull it right to the shortstop on the ground, or hit a fly ball in the air to score a run.
Advantage to the hitter at 2-0. Chopped on the ground to the third base side. It takes a bad hop past the third baseman out in the left field. 1 run will come in. Our first run of the game as a base hit, a bad hop base hit for Eric Brookmeyer. Breaks the tie.
Armstrong.
Camden Armstrong scoring the first run of the game. And Cameron Rendoni advancing to third.
Yeah, he's got to make that play. That situation, the ball's not hit that hard. It wasn't hit very hard at all. He's got to make that play. It just took a bad hop on him, and it almost looked like it went between his arm and his body. He was there. The hop he just couldn't quite control. As Doane is now getting somebody up in the bullpen, which elimination game, any sort of pressure, that's what's going to happen. The leashes on these pitchers are going to be very short.
So Julian Vargas went through the first 3 innings without allowing a hit. And now a walk and 2 hits to the first 3 batters in this bottom of the 4th inning have plated 1 run for Grandview. And left fielder Nolan Drill.
But again, give Grandview a lot of credit offensively. They've put pressure on with nobody out. Doane hasn't done that yet.
First pitch to Drill outside.
You would be okay giving up a run here if he hits a ground ball into a double play. You can trade 1 out or 1 run for 2 outs. Still early enough in the game, you're okay with 2 runs. The way you've been hitting offensively, you feel like you're going to score at least 2 runs.
Swing and a miss
in this game. So if I'm Doane I'm okay giving up a run, which it looks like they are. They're okay giving up a run, you know, if they can get the double play.
Big hole on the right side of the infield. As White holding the runner on there. Second baseman LaChance playing closer to the second base bag. Swing and a miss. Again, a nice pitch, may have been a changeup. As Nolan Drill swung over the top of that one.
Now, if you're Vargas right here, you need to get a strikeout right here.
Vargas comes set just above the belt, looks the runner at first a second time, and now goes home. Hard hit ball, but way foul on the swing by Drill.
Yeah, that looked like a little sweeping slider that he's thrown a few times. He hasn't thrown it very often. So I wonder if he's going to start breaking that out a little bit more the longer he stays in this game.
Right-hander throwing in the Doane bullpen. That one's hit in the air down the left field line. However, it's hooking foul. And off the roof of the entrance building at Don Roddy Field. Had just enough to get to warning trap depth, but out of play. Count remains 1-2.
The catcher's got to be really good right here. You know, if he throws another breaking ball, ends up in the dirt, he's got to do his job and block the baseball.
Again, the pitch. That one's hit in the air to the right side. Mensick, the right fielder, trying to stay behind it so we can come up with a strong throw. Runner tags and then holds back to third base as Mensick delivers the throw to the plate. Smart base running by Brokemeyer. He tags up at first and advances to second.
That is great base running right there. He saw that the throw was going to be way over the cutoff man's head, and he had no choice or no chance to catch it. That's a great job base running right there, because now it takes him right out of the double play, and they have a better chance of scoring a run, if not two more right here.
Next batter is designated hitter Corey Prongi.
Yeah, that was fantastic base running.
And now the Tigers will play all four infield positions in, trying to cut down the run at the plate. So Prongi's job here is to elevate something to the outfield. The pitch from Vargas. Prongi swing and a miss. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Prongi grounded out his first time up today.
You know, if I remember, he hit a lot of things. Everything that he hit, he rarely pulled. Everything was to the left side of the field, whether it's ground ball or fly ball, to the left side of the field.
The 0-1 pitch. That one's hit in the air to right field. That'll be deep enough to score a run, probably. Mensick again gets behind it, makes the catch, his throw to the plate. Here comes the play. Safe at home plate. As Brock Reinhardt's courtesy runner Cameron Rendoni comes across with the second run of the inning. A sacrifice fly and an RBI for Corey Prongi.
Now batting to the Viking center fielder, number 3.
Yeah, that throw is just a little bit off the first base side of home plate, up the line a little bit. Catcher had a hard time catching. He had to be very quick with the catch and tag and just couldn't handle it.
Brokemeyer again tags up as the trailing runner. He's now at third base with 2 out. And the batter is Brooke Heinen, the center fielder. Strike one call on a fastball from Julian Vargas. One runner still on the bags for the Vikings as they put up a 2 spot in this bottom of the 4th inning. Again, a scheduled 9-inning contest. Popped up, out of play, straight over the top of the protective overhang. Some people enjoying the sun, some people working on their suntan in the sunshine. Kind of a filtered sunshine today, but a much better day for baseball than yesterday. About 20 degrees warmer than the mid-50s we endured yesterday. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt, and the out has to be recorded at first base. The strikeout retires the side, but the Vikings pick up 2 runs on 2 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. 4 innings in the book. The Grandview Vikings 2, the Doane University Tigers nothing.
Yeah, that was a good job by Grandview of getting on base early on in the inning, nobody out able to manufacture run. They did get a big 2-out or a no-out double part of that inning. But again, that's part of when you get guys on base early on in the inning, you can manufacture runs that way. They did a very good job at manufacturing runs that inning.
RBIs in the inning for Eric Brokemeyer and for Corey Prongi. That accounts for our 2-0 score. A few more texts. Let's go, Doane. Julian Vargas' old high school pitching coach is cheering him from Colorado. Glad you're with us. I'm an old high school baseball coach myself. Good luck for the Grandview Vikings and for Corey Prongi from Grandma Prongi. Grandma, we're glad you are with us. Corey had a big sacrifice fly there in the last half inning. And earlier I talked about Coach Altman's uncle who was planting soybeans in Oak, Maine. Well, he said, don't plant and text at the same time. Oak, Nebraska, N-E, not Oak, Maine, M-E. So go Doane, says Coach Altman's uncle. I didn't know they planted soybeans in Maine, so that made me curious, but thanks for correcting us on that one. Again, 402-515-7654, the text message number if you want to join us as part of the broadcast. Thanks to everybody over the last couple of days who have joined us and helped to make our broadcast a little bit more fun as well. Top of the 5th inning. Ben Grigsby, the catcher, will lead things off for the Doane Tigers, trailing 2-0. First pitch, breaking ball for a called strike one. Slider that time from Logan Smith. Whatever injury Smith had in the last half inning, looks like he's going to gut it through. Needs 5 innings to earn the victory. He's ahead 2-0, so he'll be battling tough. 1-1 the count. Grigsby awaits. Now 2-1.
Yeah, let's see if Doane, can get something going early on in the inning. Nobody out. Put some pressure on with the base pass.
A little bit up there, now 3-1.
I wouldn't be surprised if he takes no matter what here to try and get his pitch count up, not to be afraid to go full count.
Breaking ball looked like he was taken all the way. Pitch in the zone, so a full count on Ben Grigsby, leading off the top of the 5th inning. Payoff pitch. Misses away. Good hold by Grigsby. He'll head down to first base with the leadoff walk. And will more than likely have a courtesy runner. Yes, coming into the game.
Joe Osborne.
Number 6, Tanner Black will come on as the courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner at first base, Tanner Black.
He does have some speed. He's got 9 of 10 on stolen bases, so I wouldn't be surprised if he takes off at some point in this at-bat either.
And at the plate, top of the order, here's Joe Osborne. First pitch swinging, foul, out of play.
Again, I think this is the first time that Doane's had somebody on with less than 2 outs so far in this game. So what can they do with this? Can they manufacture at least 1 run in this inning?
Off the outside edge, 1-1 the count on Osborne.
Here'd be a good count to hit and run in right now. Leadoff hitter on, leadoff hitter up, probably can handle the bat. Good speed at first. Wouldn't be surprised to see a hit and run right here.
Runner does hold. Foul back to the screen. Now 1-2.
Now does Black take off here? 1-2. Breaking ball count more than likely. Does he go straight steal? Does he get a read ball in dirt?
Throw behind first base. Nice pick by Brokemeyer on the throw.
I think Grandview was thinking that as well. That looked like a pitch out more than anything. So now, again, here's the chess match.
Right.
Breaking ball count right there, and they pitch out. So good on them.
Black gets his lead. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Hit in the air to shallow center field. Second baseman going out. Center fielder coming in. It'll be the center fielder, Brooke Heinen, who will make the play for the first out of the inning. Kind of hit off the end of the bat.
Lucas White.
Yeah, it was a breaking ball just right off the end of the bat. Here's a guy, Lucas White, who they need another big at-bat out of him. He's their best hitter by far, most power. most home runs, most doubles. They need him to come up big right here.
Doubled his last time up. Had a big swing, but comes up empty on that one. 1 for 2 today is White. One of 6 Tiger players who were named first team all-conference in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. That one fouled on a play opposite way. In addition to Lucas White, Aaron Forrest, Nate Mensick, Joe Osborne, Caden Crawford, and Jake Johnson were first team honorees. Chopper on the ground to first base. Brokemeyer waits for it, gloves it, and steps on the bag, taking the sure out, 3 unassisted, as Grigsby's courtesy runner Tanner Black advances to second on the play.
Number 38, Nate Mensick.
So Nate Mensick will step to the plate with an opportunity to try to get his team on the board. Trailing 2-0. Mensick 1 for 2, a double his first time up and a ground out his second time.
They would take a double right here, another one. Or, I mean, just a base hit, to be honest with you. But Doane would take a double.
Smith comes set, delivers a breaking ball for the called strike 1. We invite you to stick around for our second game today, the winner's bracket matchup. Back to the screen on the foul ball. The host team, the number 1 seeded Bellevue University Bruins, taking on the number 3 seed Oklahoma City University Stars. Oh, 0-2 the count on Mensick. Outside, 1-2, did not chase.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see breaking ball right here to get a swing and miss, or even that cutter again. You know, he's been doing a pretty good job of mixing up what pitch he wants to throw in strikeout counts.
That's going to get into the gap in left center field. The line drive by Nathan Mensick. That will easily score the runner from second base. And the Doane University Tigers are on the board. The RBI double by Nathan Mensick, his second double of the day.
Yeah, that was a slider. He didn't get it out nearly as far as he wanted to, and he hung it, and he did a really good job. I think the last one, his last double, was a slider as well that he hit in the left center gap. So similar pitch, similar result.
Oh, an opportunity here now for the Tigers to tie it up behind the bat of second baseman Luke LaChance. LaChance 0 for 2 today. Looks at a fastball on the outer half for a called strike 1. So Nathan Mensick now with 43 runs batted in on the year. Pitch misses out. Six hits on the game for the Tiger batters. Finally on the board here in the top of the 5th. Mensick gets his lead at second base. Smith comes set. Foul out of play right side.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a possible pick here at second base. He's getting a very big lead. You know, he's starting to get into a secondary a little bit early here, so won't be surprised to see a pick here at second base.
He does step off, but nobody there to cover up on the bag. Look for a second like second baseman Camden Armstrong might try to hustle over there, but instead focus back on the hitter. Line down the right field side, but that's going to tail into foul territory. 2 out in this top of the 5th inning. Again, we apologize. Our score bubble on the computer is not working today, so we'll try to keep you informed all the way along here. That one's going to be hit down the right field line again, but again, it's going to wind up in foul territory. A little jam job that time.
So far, you know, lately his breaking ball hasn't been very sharp. It's been up. It's been kind of loopy. Missing his spots with it. So does he stick to more of that cutter, you know, here with 2 strikes?
LaChance with the opportunity to tie it up. Smith with the opportunity to keep his team in the lead. 2-1 our score. Breaking ball misses wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at second base is Nate Mensick as Luke LeChance steps back in. Now Smith back onto the rubber after stepping off momentarily. And now we've got a violation. Time violation, 20 seconds. So a ball will be added to the count. So instead of 2-2, it's now 3-2.
I would suspect to see a cutter right here.
Here it comes. Runner goes from second to third. The pitch called the ball. And Reinhardt, the catcher, dropped the ball trying to get it out of his glove. So a heads-up play by Mensick on the stolen base. And LeChance on the walk. He'll be the runner at first. And the batter will be the third baseman, Justin Nevels.
That's a good play right there. Good heads-up base running. Nobody in the park was expecting him to steal that base.
I sure wasn't.
Nobody. And very fantastic base running right there. Now let's see if they put on some sort of first and third play offensively to try and tie this game up.
Nevels 0 for 2 thus far today. Off the outside edge, ball 1. Nevels had a hit his first time up in yesterday's game, got a run batted in, hitless since. So the chess match continues. Nevels awaits. Smith comes set. Off the outside edge once again, missing with the slider.
Yeah, his slider, he's lost his slider. He hasn't been very close with it at all since that double. He doesn't have a good feel for it. It's not very sharp. It's just kind of loopy. I think he needs to go back to more of his cutter and throw that more often.
Again, just off the outside edge, 3-0. Still no action in the Grandview bullpen. Logan Smith is struggling a bit after being very sharp through the first 4. There's a called strike on 3-0. Justin Nevels taking all the way, showing a fake bunt. Now 3-1 the count.
Again, I would take all the way here too, to be honest with you. He's not close the last couple pitches, last couple at-bats.
On the outside edge, gets the call to make it a full count. So this time, LeChance, the runner at first, will be in motion with the pitch. Mensick, the runner at third. So LeChance will get a big head start once Smith starts to go home. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. So tip of the cap to Logan Smith, battling back from a 3-0 deficit to get the strikeout, his 7th strikeout of the game, and strand 2 base runners. But the Tigers do pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left on base. After 4.5 innings, our score, Grandview 2 and Doane 1.
That was big time strikeout right there by Logan. He also went away from his slider. You know, he doesn't have a good feel for it right now. So I think that next half inning and when he goes back to warm up, you'll probably see him throw it a little bit more than he usually does, so he can get that feel back and get the feel off of his fingertips and what the ball needs to do, what he wants it to do. That's a tough feeling. You know, I've been there. That's a hard feeling when you're cruising right along and all of a sudden you lose one of your pitches, and it's a very effective pitch for him, and he lost it, didn't have feel for it, didn't have control, and so now he's got to get that feel back, and that's a hard thing to do.
Back to the mound for the Doane Tigers goes Julian Vargas. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be the 8-9-1 part of the order for Grandview. 2-1 our score. Grandview on top. They put up a 2 spot in the bottom of the 4th. Doane a 1-run top of the 5th inning. Doane out hitting Grandview 6-2, but Grandview made the opportunity, putting both of those hits together in the 4th inning. Leading it off, right fielder Connor Canny. First pitch away, ball 1. And now we have a little action in the Grandview bullpen after Smith threw a lot of pitches in that fifth. 2-0, that one bounced. Got a piece of the catcher, Grigsby.
Yeah, I'd be curious what type of, leash Vargas has here. There are guys down in the bullpen. Looks like one's starting to get up to throw right now. So does he get one guy on base, two guys on base? Does he give up a run? How quickly do they go if he starts to get in trouble?
Now 3-0 the count. On Canny, he'll be taking a pitch or two here. Right-handers working in both bullpens as we get to that part of the game where the hooks will be quick. It's a nice pitch in the zone as Julian Vargas trying to battle back just like Logan Smith did on the final hitter in the last inning. Three-one pitch. Fouled away by Canny. Kind of surprised he was swinging there, but
yeah, again, not be afraid to go to a full count. It's later on the game. He struggled last inning, so try and keep that pressure on him. Make him throw strikes.
Here comes the full count pitch. Vargas shakes off the first signal. Here's the one he wants and gets the strikeout on a pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a breaking ball, changeup, like it had some sort of movement. It just wasn't his big sweeping slider that we've seen out of him yet. So I wonder if he kept another pitch that we haven't seen yet.
I'm thinking maybe a changeup on that one, the way it went down. His sixth strikeout of the game. Here's shortstop, Dane Schwartz. Schwartz shows bunt, takes it for a called strike one.
Good idea. Wouldn't be surprised if he does it again to pull it with him up the first baseline with Vargas being a left-handed pitcher. Falls pretty hard off to the third base side.
Fouled at the plate. Count goes to 0-2. Jake Johnson, the right-hander, warming up in the bullpen for the Doane Tigers. Johnson, one of those guys I mentioned, is part of the all-conference team and part of the GPAC. A swing and a miss. Good sweeper from Vargas. Blocked out by Grigsby, and the out recorded at first. Now 7 strikeouts, 3 consecutive strikeouts for Julian Vargas.
Yeah, there's that sweeping slider that he's thrown a few times. It was down, it was sharp, it was a really good pitch.
Next up for the Vikings, third baseman Carson Waddell. Waddell, a walk and a ground out. His body of work, first pitch swinging, and I'll get it through the hole on the left side to keep the inning alive for the Vikings. His first hit of the day, the third hit for the Grandview Vikings.
Camden Armstrong.
Next up, second baseman Camden Armstrong. Armstrong walked his last time up and scored the first run of the game, coming home on the RBI single by Eric Brokemeyer. Vargas looks the runner back to first as he comes set. Down low. We still haven't really seen a pickoff move, a strong pickoff move by Vargas. I don't know if he's just been keeping it. We've seen a couple of light tosses over there. Waddell gets his lead, a short lead. Now he'll add a step. Away, 2-0. Sunshine breaking through the light overcast skies, as brightest it's been on the last couple of days. Now 3-0. Again, Brooksby having to go down to his shin guards to block that one up.
Again, I'm taking 2 pitches right here. I'm probably not even going to offer it. Make him throw more strikes.
Armstrong awaits in the batter's box. If he reaches, I'm thinking that'll be the end of the rope for Vargas. Let's see if Julian can battle back. Gets the called strike there.
I think he's got one more with a left-handed hitter on deck. You want that lefty-lefty matchup.
Gotcha.
So my guess would be that he would face the lefty, and then that would be his last hitter.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Runner goes upstairs, ball 4, so the throw won't matter. So Waddell now at second base won't get credit for a stolen base on that one as Armstrong draws the walk.
Reinhardt.
It looks like you are correct here, Chris. Doane's going to go with the lefty-lefty matchup. First a trip to the mound from catcher Ben Grigsby to talk to his southpaw.
When he slid into second base, he grabbed the bag and it came out of the ground, the peg that's in the ground right there. So they got a
Bellevue assistant coach Richie Moore coming out with that dig out tool.
Yeah.
Richie gets a round of applause from the Bellevue players. Basically, with these Hollywood-style bases, if you're unaware, there's a metal peg underneath the base, and it slides into a metal tube. So when that tube gets full of dirt or mud, it's hard to get it back in there. So there's like a wide screwdriver, to go in and dig out the dirt. So good job, tip of the cap to Richie Moore. As we're back to the action, 2 on, 2 out. The batter, the catcher, Brock Reinhardt. First pitch swinging in the air to left center field. Left fielder going back, now settling underneath it at the warning track. The catch made out there by Joe Osborne, and the side is retired. Reinhardt gave it a ride, but not quite enough. No runs on one hit. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. So similar to what had been happening to Doane early, the inning didn't get started until 2 outs, and they can't cash it in.
Yep. Good job by Vargas. He got into a little bit of trouble. Good job coming back, getting that last out of the inning. I'm curious to see now, with that being the last out of the inning, he's got time to come back and dugout, regroup a little bit. Do they keep him out there going into the 6th, or is that when they bring in their new pitcher from the pen and make it a clean inning for him? So I'm curious what their move is as we see Logan back out for Grandview, as they are getting guys up in the pen every now and then too. So I'm curious to see what the coaches do here, later on in the game, 6th inning, getting close to, okay, I'm really got to go. Do we go one pitcher at a time here? Who's going where? When do we bring in certain guys? So again, later on in the game, chess match between the two coaches. It's fun to watch.
Doane University used 3 pitchers in their first game yesterday. Grandview used a total of 4 in their loss against Bellevue. So pitching staff, bullpen staff should be fairly well rested. Nobody threw any extended length of time coming out of the bullpen yesterday. So we're 5 innings in the book as we head to the top of the 6th. It'll be the middle part of the order for the Doane University Tigers. Shortstop, Narumi Okayasu.
Give major credit to both Logan and Vargas. They've coming in, elimination game. You need to be on money as there's a foul ball off to the left side. You need to be on point. You need to have your A game, and both of them have stepped up so far, and they're both pitching really, really, really well.
Okayasu, a sophomore from Saitama, Japan. Backhanded play by Armstrong from his second base position, going up the hole, and he retires the batter. 4-3 on the play for the first out of the inning. Christian Yanez, the next batter for the Tigers. He's 2 for 2, both singles in the 2nd and the 4th inning. We're in the top of the 6th, so let's see if Yanez can continue his even-numbered inning hitting streak going. Right-hander continues to throw down in the Grandview bullpen. The Vikings don't have numbers on the front of the jersey, so we can't see who it is. Ground ball to short. Throw to first. Nice pick by the first baseman, Eric Brokemeyer had it right there as that one-hop throw from shortstop Dale Schwartz picked nicely.
Yeah, that was a great pick. It wasn't a long hop, and it was like a middle hop where he had to react very quickly. Very good job at coming up with that baseball.
Kept the glove down and then worked his way up with that hop. So quickly 2 away in this top of the 6th inning. The batter now center fielder Brett Meyer. Takes the first pitch, ball 1. Chance for Smith here to get a quick, limited number of pitches inning. Meyer hits on the ground. Moving to his glove hand side, the third baseman across the diamond on the play. Carson Waddell gets it, and so ground balls to each of the 4 infielders, second, short, and third, to retire the side on about an 8-pitch inning or so for Logan Smith.
Yeah, that's what he needed right there if he wants to keep going deep into this game. That was big for him right there.
Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, our score remains Grandview 2 and Doane 1. Let me throw out that text message number one more time for you if you'd like to be part of our broadcast today. The number is 402-515-7654. Whether you're out in the field planting soybeans or behind a desk watching the game on your computer or just sitting out in the back deck watching the game, drinking an iced tea or whatever. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know who you are, where you are, anything about the players you want us to mention, and we'll be happy to be part of our broadcast on the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network. Chris Williamson doing the color. My name is Mick Krupski, doing the play-by-play. This is my 15th year of doing Bellevue baseball, all the way back when Chris was a player, back when Bellevue was playing at the old Westgate Field in Omaha.
Yeah, Vargas at 79 pitches right now in this game. So I'm curious, again, how short do they give him? You know, how much pressure do they give him? Is it 1 runner, 2 runners before they come out and get him? I'm actually kind of surprised that, you know, with the trouble he's gotten in the last couple innings, yeah, he's gotten out of it, but I'm actually kind of surprised he's still out there, to be honest with you.
He'll be facing the 4 spot in the Grandview order. First baseman Eric Brokemeyer. Brokemeyer, a single his last time up. Ground ball to short. Okayasu, the shortstop, across the diamond. 1 pitch, 1 out in this bottom of the 6th inning.
But that's the start he needs. He needs quick, efficient innings. Go on the attack. Keep your pitch count down.
Both pitchers racked up a number of strikeouts early on. In fact, both pitchers with 7 strikeouts early in the game. Now important to put the ball where contact can be made in a good spot in the zone. Again, first pitch swinging. This time Nolan Drill, the left fielder, lines it foul up the left field side. Drill 0 for 2 today. Flare down the right field side. That's going to get out of play. Lucas White, the first baseman, gave a look, but ran out of room. There's quite a bit of foul territory at Don Roddy Field, down both of the lines and also behind home plate. 0-2 the count on Drill. Make it 0-3 as the strikeout is the second out of the inning. That is now the 8th strikeout of the game for starting pitcher Julian Vargas.
Again, go on the attack right now. Very good job at coming back after, you know, the last couple innings have been a little rough. Coming back, getting the first 2 out right away. Now let's keep the inning clean. Get your hitters back in the dugout.
Corey Prongi, the designated hitter, steps in. Lefty-lefty matchup once again here. He too, first pitch swinging, hitting it opposite field. Calling for it out there is the left fielder, Joe Osborne. And both pitchers record very quick, less than 10 inning pitches in the 6th inning. A 3 up, 3 down as we head to the final 3 innings of the game.
That's big right there by Vargas. Comes out, shuts it down right away. He had, like I said, gave up 2 in the 2 in the 4th, had gotten into trouble in the 5th, was able to get out of it, comes back in the 6th, and to shut him down, quick inning. Get your hitters back in there. They're getting a little bit of confidence. They're starting to see a little bit better, and let's see if they can pull this one out in the last 3 innings.
Again, the grounds crew back to work, dragging the brooms behind them, giving the infield dirt a quick manicure. As we look ahead to the top of the 7th inning, it'll be the 9-1-2 part of the Doane order stepping up to the plate.
It does look like Grandview brought in a new pitcher. It's number 10, Devin Doyle. He's appeared in 16 games. He's got 4 wins. He's got a 2.6 ERA. Looks like he's their closer. He's got 5 saves in 27 innings. He's given up 21 hits, only 8 earned runs, 28 strikeouts. Teams are hitting .216 and just over 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. So he's their closer. He's going to be the guy that finishes the game right here for Grandview. So let's see again what kind of approach Doane has on what Grandview thinks is, the guy that they need to finish out this game. I'd be surprised if he doesn't finish this out for them, especially with them still having a lead.
Doyle, a freshman, 5'10", 165 pounds from Waukee, Iowa. His job to try to hold things down for 3 innings remaining in the game. As catcher Ben Grigsby will start things off. Nope, we've got a pinch hitter coming up for Doane. Logan Amick will pinch hit for catcher Ben Grigsby. We'll get Logan's name in the book here. On the season, Amick hitting .406. He's appeared in 44 games. Stepping in here to pinch hit to start off the 7th inning. The first pitch from right-hander Devin Doyle. Ball 1, missing with the curveball. No new pitcher, new batter. As we start the 7th inning, Sunshine breaking through. Chopped on the ground to second base. Armstrong fields it on a mid-hop and throws it across the diamond for the first out of the inning.
Number 14, Joe Osborne.
Back to the top of the order. Here's left fielder Joe Osborne. Osborne 1 for 3 today. An over 300 hitter on the season. Osborne from Hickman, Nebraska, fouls the first pitch. Back to the backstop.
Yeah, Doyle's a tall, lanky kid. He's got long arms. He's about 3/4 arm slot. Ball comes out of his hand pretty good.
Good pop on that fastball. Outer half, swung on and missed. Now 0-2. And that hits the batter. Fastball tailing in.
Yeah,
on Osborne.
Fastball on the inside. I think he missed his spot. Obviously, I think the catcher was set up outside, missed his spot. He was able to hit him right on the elbow guard. It's a good thing he was wearing that.
Yeah, hitting plastic is much better than hitting bone. So,
because I mean, even though it hit the guard, you could tell it still hurt a decent amount. So yeah, it's a good thing he had that guard, else that would have hit right off the elbow bone.
Here's first baseman Lucas White. Ball 1 on the first pitch from Doyle. So 1 on, 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Again, this is a scheduled 9-inning contest. Breaking ball, nice bend on that, comes in the backside for a called strike 1, 1-1. Joe Osborne, the runner at first. Short lead there. Delayed steal, throw down to second base. A bullet there. Was it held on?
No, he dropped the ball.
Dropped the ball. The throw on the money. Shortstop Dane Schwartz got there just a little bit tardy. Kind of hit him in the heel of the glove. He could not hold on, so credit Joe Osborne with the stolen base.
I also think the runner kicked him in the hand. You know, his slide, it was catch and tag at the same time, and the runner, when he slid, kicked him in the hand on his wrist. So I think that's actually how the ball came out.
So a runner in scoring position. That's the tying run. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on White. Hit left side. That's going to tail foul into the Grandview bullpen.
I mean, this is a guy you want up. If you're Doane, this is who you want up to the plate right now. You know, late in the game, 1 out, guy in scoring position. It's who you want at the plate right now if you're Doane.
White with 64 runs batted in. That's, I think, 18 more runs batted in than the second place guy on the team. So the guy you've relied on all season long, all conference player. 1-2. Quick visit from catcher Brock Reinhardt to talk maybe about changing the signals or what pitch Devin Doyle wants to throw here. Ahead in the count, 1-2. First base is open, so you can pitch him carefully here. Doyle comes set at the belt. Breaking ball, that one's hammered, but way foul up the first base line.
Yeah, if he's got a changeup, I would throw a changeup on the outside corner here. I'm not sure if he's got one or not, but I'd throw a changeup on the outside corner. He's very aggressive. He's very swing happy right now. Get something that changes speeds and runs away from him.
Again, the 1-2 pitch. Away, pops out of the glove of the catcher Reinhardt, but not far enough away for the runner Osborne to advance from second.
Yeah, it's a fastball. He just tried to get it out, went too far out with that one.
2-2, 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 7th inning, 2-1 the score. Grandview on top. White lays off that pitch up in the zone, so the count goes full. Again, open base at first. You don't necessarily want to walk in, but you don't have to put one right down the heart of the plate either. Doyle comes set, looks the runner back to second, and delivers to White. A chopper on the ground to short. Gloved across the way, then dropped. We'll wait for the official scoring on that. Shortstop Dane Schwartz had it hit in his glove. It would have been a long throw across the diamond.
That should be an error. I mean, he was right there in the position of it. He's got to make that play. And I'm not sure what the official is, but it looks like they did give him an error. Yep. Great job right there by Logan, or Lucas, excuse me. Great at bat. He was down 0-2, was able to fight it back to full, fouled off pitch after pitch after pitch, and put the ball in play to make something happen. Fantastic at bat right there.
Pinch runner James Grease enters the game for Doane, replacing Lucas White. At the plate, right fielder Nate Mensick. Mensick delivered the RBI double his last time up. He's plated the only run thus far for the Doane Tigers. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Doyle delivers the pitch, a breaking ball for the called strike 1.
This is a very dangerous hitter. He's seen the ball really well today. I think he's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles right now. He's seen it really well.
Doane fans making some noise on the first base side of the bleachers. That one's coming right up our way. 0-2 now the count.
Yeah, he's got a decent, Doyle's got a decent breaking ball. So far he hasn't been great with location with it. So let's see if he throws it right here to get a swing and miss.
The 0-2. Fouled out of play as Mensick went a little bit outside the zone that time, protecting the plate.
Yeah, it was a fastball out. It was close. I mean, the umpire in that location hasn't been given it all day, but at the same time, in that situation, you don't want to rely on that because he may change his mind at any minute and start giving that.
Again, an 0-2 pitch from Devin Doyle. And again, we'll do it one more time. Karam's off the net, back onto the field to play. Nice catch by the on-deck batter, Luke LaChance.
Give Mensick credit. He's just fighting off pitches. He's doing a good job so far. Keep going.
Mensick, the 3-hole hitter in the order, swings and misses at the breaking ball for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for relief pitcher Devin Doyle coming in to start this inning. That was very big. And now Luke LaChance with an opportunity.
Yeah, that's the best breaking ball he's thrown so far in this inning since he's coming in, and he needed it.
LaChance walked his last time up, 0 for 2 prior to that. Breaking ball, top of the zone for the call, strike one. Second baseman Camden Armstrong jockeying with Joe Osborne, the runner at second base, trying to keep him a little closer to the bag in case of a base hit, give his opportunity for his outfielders to make a throw. 2 on, 2 out. 1-1 the count. Both catchers doing a nice job today, keeping everything in front of them. Ben Grigsby for Doane. Brock Reinhardt for Grandview. The 1-1 pitch. Down low, now 2-1. Nobody throwing in the Grandview bullpen, so this one is Devin Doyle's game. He's their season leader in saves with 5. The 2-1 pitch. Line through the middle. That's going to drop for a base hit. Here comes Osborne around third. He will score without a play. The throw back behind the second base is late. And we are tied at 2. The RBI base hit by Luke LaChance has tied it at 2.
That's a big time at bat right there. Doane, the last couple hitters, they've starting to change their approach a little bit. They're being a little bit more selective, but they're also doing a great job of fouling off pitches late in the count, just battling and battling and battling. And he did the same thing. He didn't hit it hard. He hit it off the end of the bat and was able to tie the game.
Making contact, so very important there. Here's third baseman Justin Nevels trying to give his team the lead. Doane has not led at any point in this tournament. Trailed all the way in yesterday's opener against Oklahoma City University. Neville fouls it back. They were tied 1-1. Trailed 2-0, 2-1, now 2-2 as the southpaw gets up in the Grandview bullpen. That was hit in the air behind second base. Armstrong, the second baseman, will glove it to retire the side. Well, the Tigers used a hit batter, an error, and then an RBI single by Luke LaChance to plate the tying run. 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. As we head to the bottom of 7th inning, it's 7th inning stretch time, and we're tied. The Tigers 2 and the Vikings 2. All right, a few more texts in the queue. Watching from Rockwell City, Iowa, our grandson is in, the closer, Devin Doyle. We're glad you guys are with us today. Good luck, Josh, and your team from your great uncle and aunt listening in Lincoln. So a lot of Nebraskans and Iowans joining us today. Cade Sakamoto's dad. Some pregame hubbas coming your way. Cade, one of the pitchers for the Bruins. He's working hard today, but also catching the game off the corner of his eye at work. So glad you're with us, and we're glad you're listening today. Chris Williamson and Mick Krupski with you here this afternoon, bringing you game number 3 of the Bellevue bracket of the 2023 NAIA baseball tournament. 2 runs on 7 hits for Doane, 2 runs on 3 hits for Grandview, as the Vikings will send up the 7, 8, 9 part of the order in the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's see how they respond after giving up the tying run in the top half of the frame.
Let's see how Vargas kind of, he had a really good last inning. Let's see if he can continue it and get out of here quick.
First man he'll face, center fielder Brooke Heinen. Bounce to the plate.
Because right now it's starting to feel like Doane is gaining the momentum of this game. So he's got to keep the momentum and keep it scoreless. And
line hard into left field. Heinen with the base hit to start it off for the Vikings. Struck out his first 2 times up today, but a ringing single to left field to start it off. Here's right fielder Connor Canny.
Look for a bunt here in this situation is my guess. They got to get that runner in scoring position. It's late in the game, 7th inning. More than likely going to sacrifice him over.
Canny, the 8-hole hitter in the order, 0 for 2 today. Heinen gets that lead off of first base. Bunt shown and bunted back to the screen. So Grandview has not done a very good job with their bunting game so far today.
No, they've tried a couple times, and their attempts just aren't great. They're almost trying to drag bunt. They're trying to run before they actually get the ball down. In this situation, you are giving yourself up to move that runner to try and get the lead, take the lead back.
Third baseman Justin Neville's playing in on the grass. Again, bunt shown, pulled back as a pitch in the dirt. Well, the object here for Canty, try to bunt the ball up the first base line if he can. Neville trying to take things away up the third base side. Bottom of the seventh inning. Elimination day for these two teams. One will stay alive, one will have its 2023 season come to an end. Again, the bunt shown, pushed back to the mound. It's a good spot. Vargas having to come off to make the play. Tip of the cap there to Connor Canty for the sacrifice, advancing Brooke Heinen to second.
Yeah, it's a good job. He got it down. He didn't get it directional, but he didn't bunt it hard enough to where Vargas had to play at second base. So he looked at second base, but then he just easily made the throw to get the out.
Here's 9-hole hitter, shortstop, Dane Schwartz. As we mentioned a couple of times in our broadcast, Schwartz and Waddell, the 1 and 9 part of the order, kind of interchangeable. So a lefty-lefty matchup here. It'll be the responsibility of the shortstop, Narumi Okayasu, to try to keep the runner close to second base. Here's the first pitch. Down low, ball one. Top of the order awaits on deck for Grandview. They put up 2 runs in the 4th inning to take a lead. We're now tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Single runs in the 5th and 7th for Doane. Upstairs, 2-2.
Schwartz so far goes the other way pretty well. With the shortstop holding the runner at second base closer, there's a big hole over there at short, and he can hit it that way pretty easily.
Hitter's advantage at 2-0 for Schwartz. Vargas looks the runner back to second, now concentrates home. That's going to be a base hit to center field. Runner rounding third base. He's going to try to score. The throw is a little bit offline, but in time. A nice play at home plate by the catcher, Ben Grigsby, to get the throw and apply the slap tag on the runner, Brooke Heinen, trying to score. Heinen didn't get a great jump at second base. He wasn't sure the ball was going to drop in for a hit, but a strong throw from the center fielder, Brett Meyer, to throw the runner out at the plate.
Yeah, you sent him in that situation, although, it's close because there is only one out. But at the same time, you do want to send him in that situation. You don't want to have to get another hit to score a run, make them throw you out at the plate, and give Doane credit. He made a strong, fantastic throw to cut him out.
A one-hopper to the plate, a couple of feet up the first base line, but a nice job by Grigsby to make the catch and dive for the tag. Next up, top of the order, third baseman Carson Waddell looks at a called strike one. Waddell has a few words with home plate umpire Tim Arndt. Now they're both ready to get back to the action. Runner at second, good job by Schwartz to head down to second base on the throw to the plate. Fouled back to the screen, now 0-2 the count on Waddell. Waddell 1 for 2 today, a walk, a ground out, and a single in his 3 plate appearances. Both teams have had numerous opportunities to score more than the 2 runs they currently have showing on the scoreboard. That one bounced to the plate. 1-2, a good waste pitch.
Yeah, right now, Doane still has momentum. There is pressure going on right now for Vargas, but they still have the momentum, still coming back to tie this game. He's got to keep them right here.
The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball flared down the right side. That's going to wind up in foul territory. Nate Mensick giving chase out there for the Tigers.
What's easier with 2 outs at second base rather than 1? 2, you're going, as soon as you see hands moving to swing, you're taking off, because it doesn't matter if it's a fly ball or anything like that. With 1 out, like there was, you got to wait and see if the ball's down before you can just take off.
Exactly right. That was the situation where Heinen had to hold up a little bit to make sure it was going down, so he lost a couple of feet on his trip to home. Swing and a miss, a strikeout, retires the side. Doane fans loving that for the Vikings. In the bottom of the 7th inning, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. 7 innings in the book, and we are still tied at 2. The Vikings and the Tigers battling to stay alive.
Big out right there by Vargas. And you saw the emotion coming off the mound, yelling, screaming. The fans, Doane fans, were up and cheering, hooping and hollering. That's a massive strikeout right there. You got 6 outs left. Tie game, 6 outs, and for your season to keep going. That's why this is so fun to be a part of. The pressure and the atmosphere, that's going on right now is so fun to be a part of.
And we were expecting a high-scoring game in this one. You threw your stud guys yesterday in the opening game, but both the starting pitchers, Julian Vargas and Logan Smith, did everything you could ask of them thus far in the game.
Yeah, Logan Smith, obviously, who's no longer in the game, pitched phenomenally. He gave his team the lead, pitched well enough for his team to have the lead. And, Vargas, who is still throwing, they're matching each other. Again, they were matching each other pitch for pitch. Now, the offenses are hitting better, than they were yesterday. They're putting better swings on the baseball. They're just not cashing in and getting those big hits when guys are on base.
Devin Doyle back to the mound for Grandview, his 2nd inning of relief work. Let's see how he responds after allowing a run in his 1st inning on the hill. First man he will face, the shortstop, Narumi Okayasu. First pitch swinging, that one's hit to right field. Has some carry, right fielder going back to the wall, and it is out of here. A solo home run by Narumi Okayasu gives the Doane Tigers a 3-2 lead.
First pitch fastball. He just probably wanted to get a good swing on it, and he hit it out of the park. Nothing but there's not a better feeling right there. Give your team the lead, 8th inning, national tournament, to keep your season alive. That's a fantastic job. He's got to be feeling great right now.
Just the 2nd home run of the season for Okayasu, and it gives his team a lead in the top of the 8th inning.
Christian Yanez.
Doane fans excited about that blast over the right field fence. Now 3-2, the first lead of the tournament for the Tigers. Here's designated hitter Christian Yanez. First pitch at the top of the strike zone for a called strike 1. Grandview gets a right-hander up in the bullpen. That one's hit to center field. That one's deep. Center fielder going back to the warning track, and he will pull up there to make the catch. Just about any other place in the park, that would have been a home run for Christian Yanez as well.
Yeah, he hit that ball about 395 feet. He caught it right at the front of the warning track. I don't think he could hit a ball further than that. He just hit it to the deepest part of the park.
Brooke Heinen, a nice job of covering territory, going back to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Here's the Doane center fielder, Brett Meyer. Doyle delivers a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 1. That's baseball. Sometimes you hit it 395 feet for an out. Sometimes you hit it 35 feet and you get a hit.
Yep.
1-1 the count. 1-run lead for Doane. They've put up single runs in the 5th, 7th, and 8th. Here's the pitch from Doyle. A breaking ball misses wide. 2-1 now the count from Meyer. 0 for 3 today. A strikeout and 2 ground outs to third. Doyle comes set at the belt. Fouled over the top of the overhang. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Doane's mindset had to change as soon as they saw, Logan Smith come out of the game. He was doing a really good job keeping off balance. Just seeing a new pitcher.
A swing and a miss as Devin Doyle gets that pitch on the inside part of the plate for his 2nd strikeout of the game.
Just seeing a new pitcher come into the game, a different arm angle, a different, arm slot to pick up the hand, or to pick it up out of the hand, can change your mentality a little bit. It can make you to get a better feeling, because the guy who's been throwing has been carving you guys up all game long, and now he's out of the game. So you're like, okay, finally we can see something that's a little bit different.
A new opportunity. Here's catcher Ben Grigsby. Strike one called on the first pitch from Devin Doyle. Grigsby was pinch hit for his last time up by Logan Amick. Then he re-entered the game, and now back in for his third plate appearance. Off the edge of the bat, fouled. Grigsby walked and scored the first run of the game for Doane back in the 5th inning, coming home on Nate Mensick's RBI double. Actually, his courtesy runner, Tanner Black, scored the run. 0-2 the count. Breaking ball popped up, but that will get out of play. Right. Boom, hits the metal on the overhang here. Catcher Brock Reinhardt flashes down another signal. Breaking ball misses outside. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, he just started that a little bit too far off the plate to get even him thinking about swinging.
Got to make that a competitive pitch on 0-2. Here's the 1-2. And that's more competitive. The swing and the miss for the strikeout. Third strikeout in 2 innings of relief work. But 1 run on 1 hit. The big solo home run by Narumi Okayasu. No errors, nobody left on base as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the Doane Tigers 3 and the Grandview Vikings 2.
It looks like Vargas is going back out for the 8th inning. You know, that last inning gave him a lot of energy, pumped him up pretty good. So let's see, again, with them having the lead, what type of leash, what type of hook are they going to have with him? How much more leeway do they give him? And also, what does this change, now that Grandview is losing with 6 outs left, does this change their approach? Are they going to take till they get a strike? You know, Vargas at times has had at-bats where he hasn't been very close, and, you know, he's fallen down quite a bit. So does this change Grandview's approach offensively and what they got to do to come back and either tie or take the lead?
Vargas will be facing the 2-3-4 spot in the Grandview order, so Vikings fans have to like their chances in this inning to try to tie it or get ahead. It'll be Armstrong, Reinhardt, and Brookmeyer. Vargas has to be getting near the 90 to 100 pitch mark, I would think. Bill, do you have a pitch count for Vargas? Yep. May I have it, please? 97. Thank you.
Off the bottom of the 8th for the Vikings. Second base.
Bill Mullins confirms I'm in the right ballpark. 97 pitches from Julian Vargas thus far through the first 7 innings. First man he will face in the bottom of the 8th inning, second baseman Camden Armstrong. First pitch swinging, that's going to drop into right center field. Not quite. Nice hustle by Nate Mensick. I thought that was going to drop as he kind of flared it off the edge of the bat, but it held up long enough for Mensick to get there for the first out of the inning. That's what I think. Thinking again. So 1 up to 1 out as catcher Brock Reinhardt steps in. Reinhardt 1 for 3, a double. Back in the 4th inning. Called strike as Vargas pops in a fastball.
He's looking good so far, you know, obviously only 2 pitches, but Vargas is looking pretty good in this 8th inning.
Down low, 1-1 the count.
Looks like he's got new, like, life, energy, you know, adrenaline going, you know, with his team coming back and taking the lead.
Vargas, the native of Denver, Colorado, rocks and delivers. Outside, 2-1. Reinhardt, the 3-hole hitter. Eric Brookmeyer, the 4-hole hitter, awaiting on deck. Lays off that pitch as it breaks away. 3-1. They'll appeal to third base. They say no swing.
He should take here, make him go full count, make him throw you a strike. Don't swing at anything out of the zone.
He was taking all the way, outer half, called strike one, so the count goes full. Grandview looking for a base runner, trailing by 1 run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Payoff time, and Vargas will win the battle. A slider in the zone. His 10th strikeout of the game.
Big out right there. He wasn't looking He wasn't looking to hit. I'll be honest with you. He was looking for a walk. He wasn't ready to hit, and he threw a breaking ball right in the zone, froze him for strike 3.
That had a good chunk of the plate. So with 2 outs, now it's the first baseman, Eric Brokemeyer, at the bat. Brokemeyer sends that one to left field. In play, tracked down out there by Nolan Drill. And it's a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the 8th inning. 8 complete. It's the Doane Tigers 3, the Grandview Vikings 2.
Big outing right there for Vargas in the 8th. You know, he's pumped again coming off the mound, putting up zeros, having a big strikeout and a full count in that inning. Big job, right? Big outing right there in that 8th inning.
Heading to the top of the 9th inning for Doane. Sorry, suddenly got something caught in my throat there. It'll be the top of the order for Doane as they try to provide a little insurance with their 3-2 lead.
Looks like Brock Saylor is in now. He's got 12 appearances. He's 1-0, has a 4.2 ERA, 4 saves, 15 innings, giving up 9 hits, 7 earned runs, 25 strikeouts, 1.73 ERA, and over 15 strikeouts per 9 innings. So he's doing he's here to keep it at 0, to give Grandview a chance in that 9th inning. Obviously, he's a strikeout guy. He's got 10 more strikeouts per innings pitched. So, pretty good challenge right here in this last inning for Doane.
Another guy out of Waukee, Iowa. So, last couple of pitchers that we've seen from Grandview have hailed from that location. He'll be facing the top of the order, Osborne, White, and Mensick. Quick check here, the text messages. Got one in the queue. Way to go, Doane. Short and sweet on that one as the Tigers take a 3-2 lead into this top of the 9th inning. Thanks again to everybody for playing along with us for our text message. Thanks to everybody for listening in this afternoon. Game number 1 today, game number 2 scheduled to start at 3:30 this afternoon. That'll be in the winner's bracket as the Bellevue University Bruins take on the Oklahoma City University Stars. Chris and I will be right back here for that one. We invite you to join us as well. Still got some issues to settle here in game number 1. Again, 3-2, the Tigers on top, scoring single runs in the 5th, 7th, and 8th.
You know, they would love to tack on a few more this inning, give themselves a little bit more room, a little bit more leeway to keep it going, to finish this one off.
Left fielder Joe Osborne will lead things off. He was hit by a pitch and scored his last time up. That was the single run in the 7th. First pitch by Sailors is lined out of play up the left field side. Sailors 6'2", 155 pounds. That one gets past everybody, back to the screen. 1-1 the count on Osborne. He's trying to be the leadoff guy, get on base. Sailors obviously trying to prevent that. Breaking ball, called strike 2. Still got some clouds overhead, but they're very light and thin, so enjoying some sunshine on this Day temperatures in the 70s. Fouled over the top and out of play. Count remains at 1-2.
That was a breaking ball. It wasn't very good location-wise. It was up a little bit. He was able to get a piece of it.
73 degrees officially in Bellevue right now. We started, I think, at 67 degrees. Swing and a miss. Little slider breaking away from Osborne, the strikeout.
Yeah, a little foul tip. Catcher was able to hang on to it pretty easily. Big strikeout to start the inning.
First baseman Lucas White next to bat. White 1 for 4, also reached on an error. That was part of that critical 7th inning when the Tigers came back to tie it 2-2. A home run type swing, but nothing going on that one. 0-1 the count on White. Down low, 1-1.
Surprised he actually didn't swing at that. That's down and into a lefty. That's usually where they want the baseball.
White, a senior from Castaic, California. Fouled up the third base side, not a play. 1-2. Doane, the Great Plains Athletic Conference regular season and tournament champions. Sky-high fly ball to shallow left field. Who's going to take charge? It is the left fielder coming on. Nolan Drill calling off the shortstop Schwartz to make the play for the second out of the inning. Good communication between those two to collect the ball.
Yeah, he waited till the very last second to call it because he wasn't sure if he could get there. So good job by the shortstop of giving him his space to make it, get out of the way last second.
Here's the Tigers right fielder, Nate Mensick. Mensick, an RBI double in the 5th inning. Part of a 2 for 4 day thus far. He'll get brushed back on the inside pitch.
Yeah, it was a breaking ball that got away from him. Nothing too exciting. No, he wasn't anything intentional right there. It was just a breaking ball that got away.
Just an oops pitch. Fastball misses away. Now 2-0 the count. Mensick, the 3-hole hitter. Cleanup guy Luke LaChance on deck. Should Mensick keep the inning alive? 3 runs on 8 hits for Doane. That pitch a little bit low. Now 3-0. 2 runs on 5 hits for Grandview. Crete, Nebraska versus Des Moines, Iowa on display in NAIA baseball. Taking all the way, that's a called strike 1, 3-1. Brock Saylor, the 3rd pitcher of the day for Grandview. Trying to hold the Tigers to the 1-run lead.
Let's see if he takes here to go full or if he's going to be going. And
swings and misses at the breaking ball.
He was going. He was trying to get another run on the board with that swing.
The payoff pitch in the battle between Brock Saylor and Nate Mensick. Stays alive, foul back to the screen on another breaking ball. Doane fans to our right, clapping and chanting. Grandview fans to our left, hoping to get out of the inning and have a chance to tie it or take the lead. On the outside corner, the called strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Brock Saylor. 3 up, 3 down, top of the 9th inning. This will take us to the bottom half. Our score, the Doane University Tigers 3. The Grandview University Vikings 2. Last chance coming up for the team from Des Moines. They will send up the 5, 6, 7 part of their order. Nolan Drill, Corey Prongi, and Brooke Heinen, the first rescheduled. And it'll be Julian Vargas back to the mound to try to pick up the complete game victory. Vargas with 97 pitches to this point. A crew of guys heading down to the bullpen for Doane. They'll be at the ready if needed.
Yeah, I would say, one guy, 2 guys on, depending on, how many outs and situation like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if this leadoff hitter gets on and they go straight to the bullpen. Give him a chance to finish it. I understand it, but right now your season's on the line. Don't take any risks, and if you need to make a move, you need to make that move in a hurry.
The first 3 scheduled hitters for the Vikings, a combined 1 for 8 in today's contest against Julian Vargas. The one hit coming off the bat of Brooke Heinen. Leading it off in the bottom of the 9th inning, left fielder Nolan Drill. Nolan's job, simply get on base.
Get on base.
Take an inside pitch off your body somehow or make good contact on something in the zone. Is this a pinch hitter? Oh, we're having a pinch hitter for Grandview. This is number 20. I hate uniforms only have a number on one side as the ball gets out of the bullpen. Nolan Drill. That's Nolan Drill, 34, left fielder.
I don't know if they switched catchers. I'm not sure. He just kind of pointed towards the box. I'm not sure. My guess is that they switched catchers.
Yes, because Grigsby is 9, and that's not a 9, but we can't really see what the number is because of the back of the chest protector. So a new catcher for Doane. We'll try to figure out who that is as the batter is Nolan Drill. First pitch from Julian Vargas, a called strike 1. That one just off the outside edge. 2-0.
No, he's been calling that a ball all day long. Good job by this umpiring crew. Keeping it consistent.
Here's the 1-1 offering. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
Good sweeping breaking ball right there. You know, does he go fastball outside right here like he has been, or does he go back to that sweeping breaking ball?
Ahead in the count. Here's the pitch. Misses up high, 2-2 the count.
Yeah, that was a fastball up. I don't think he wanted it to be up. He did want it to be outside. I don't think he wanted it to be up.
Grandview pinning their hopes on getting the leadoff guy on so they can advance him into scoring position. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Nolan Drill. Swings and misses on the breaking ball. Blocked up by the catcher and the tag applied. 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the 9th inning.
That's actually huge in this situation. Get the leadoff guy out, you know, big time. Because now, you know, if he were to get on base and then you can bunt, there's a lot more situations that you can do where if this guy gets on, you know, with 1 out, the only way for him to get in a scoring position is either steal a base and you got a chance to throw him out, or a base hit. Where the other way, you had a lot more options.
Corey Prongi, the designated hitter, looks at a ball 1 upstairs. 11 strikeouts on the game for Julian Vargas. A gutsy performance by the southpaw, giving his team a chance to win. Prongi awaits the next pitch. Popped up on the infield. Adjusting for a little drift with the wind, the shortstop. Narumi Okayasu makes the catch. And the Grandview Vikings are down to their final out. It'll be up to center fielder Brooke Heinen to keep the season going for his team.
You never know. You know, Vargas has still got to stay locked in. You know, I've been in situations where we were down to our last strike with nobody out, or with nobody on, and 2 outs.
Strike 1 called on the outside black. Heinen 1 for 3 today. Singled his last time up, was thrown out at the plate. Back in the 7th inning. Vargas on the 0-1 pitch. Up and away, 1-1. Many of the Doane fans to our right side on their feet.
Yeah. Vargas still needs to be committed to every pitch that he throws right here.
Swing and a miss by Heinen. Heinen is the team leader in home runs for Grandview. He has 9 on the season. Grandview, not a real power hitting team, only 30 home runs as a team. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. The Vikings down to their final strike. Julian Vargas looks in, begins the wind, chopped on the ground to third. Glove there, the throw on the money to first base. And the Doane University Tigers, putting up 3 single runs on the evening, come away with the victory 3-2 over the Grandview University Vikings. For Doane, 3 runs on 8 hits. They committed no errors. For the Vikings, 2 runs on 5 hits, and they commit 2 errors. The winning pitcher, a complete game victory for Julian Vargas, keeps his team's season alive. With the win, Doane now 43-11 overall. The champions of the Great Plains Athletic Conference regular season and tournament. For the Grandview Vikings, their season comes to an end with the loss, 34-14, the champions of the Heart of America Athletic Conference tournament title.
That was a gutsy performance right there by Vargas when his team needed him. You know, your season is on the line, you get to baseball, and you go out and throw a complete game. Yeah, he did give up a few runs, but he pitched his butt off, to be honest with you. He threw extremely well. Give him all the credit. And even Logan for Grandview, he pitched very, very, very well too. I mean, coming out of the game, he had the lead, and the bullpen couldn't hold it for him. Gutsy performance by Vargas. Give Doane's offense credit. They had numerous opportunities to score early in the game. First part of the game, they had a lot of opportunities. They just couldn't get that. They tried to get everything done with 2 outs. They couldn't get anything going with less than 2 outs, you know, and then 5th inning on, they got a lot more pressure going with less than 2 outs, and that kind of changed their mindset, changed the way they attacked things and attacked their at-bats during the game.
Doane fans who made the trip to Bellevue applauding their team as they head back to the dugout. Their season stays alive. The Tigers will play again tomorrow afternoon at 12 noon. They will take on the loser of the second game today between the Bellevue University Bruins and the Oklahoma City University Stars. So the loser of that game will play tomorrow at noon against Doane. The winner of that game at 3:30 today will have the upper hand and takes a quick route to the championship game later on Wednesday and a possible game on Thursday if needed. So an exciting day, a great pitchers battle between Julian Vargas and Logan Smith through the first 6 innings of the game. And then the Doane Tigers coming away with that deciding run in the 8th inning to win it by a score of 3-2. Thanks again to Chris Williamson for his great commentary as part of our broadcast. Thanks to all of you for listening in. We will be back at about 3:20 this afternoon, about an hour from now, to bring you the second game of this second day of the opening round Bellevue bracket of the NAIA baseball tournament. Mick Krupski signing off for now, but we invite you to come on back later today and again tomorrow to complete this Bellevue bracket of the tournament. Thanks again, and we'll see you in a little bit.